大家好，我是 Stephen，欢迎大家来到 Salviati。然后我们今天会带大家参观一下我们的展厅，然后也会给大家解释我们可以给客户给大家提供的所有的可能性。
About our history, Salviati is founded in 1859 from a lawyer, Antonio, from Vicenza, country close to Venice, Antonio Salviati. And he understood the importance to develop all over the world the glass, especially the Murano glass. At the end of the 19th century, had a lot of problems because it was not so famous around the world, especially about the commercialization. So he created cooperation all over the world. A very interesting thing is that we have a historical book about our client, and also in the end of the 19th century, we have clients from all over the world, from Asia, from United States, from every part of the world, Australia.
OK， 我们的品牌是在1859年由我们的品牌创始人 Antonio Salviati 在威尼斯附近的一个小城 Vicenza 创建的。在创建这个品牌的初始阶段，我们也遇到了不少的困难，但是通过我们创始人努力，我们就是建立了一个所有玻璃制造者、玻璃工坊的一个联盟，然后我们就把我们的生意扩建到全世界各地，包括亚洲，包括澳洲。然后我们的历史的一些客户，我们也把它写进了我们的集团的一本书里面。
And he created a relationship with different clients all over the world. And now we have different museums that are talking about Salviati, and different pieces around the world. For example, if you go to the Stanford University, you have the church inside the university with our mosaics from the 19th century. If you go to London, you have the mosaic Salviati in the Regent Street. And we have different, not only mosaics, because at the beginning, Salviati produced mosaics, but also decorative objects. And in the main family of a most famous family, European family, you have pieces of the object Salviati, and the name of our companies was very, very famous at the end of the 19th century.
我们的就是客户的群体遍布在世界的各个角落，然后我们在世界的每个不同的角落也有关的相关的博物馆会收藏 Salviati 的藏品，然后也会有Salviati 的马赛克的那些玻璃制品，比如在斯坦福大学内的教堂，在伦敦，在世界不同的地方都会有我们的藏品。在上个世纪的末端，我们的品牌成为了欧洲贵族的一个首选品牌。
During in the 20th century, we have different ownership and that developed the brand, and until 2015, we are part of a big holding, a Venetian holding that invests about our brand to develop our marketing, our commercial part, so sales department, and the important to respect the history of the brand, understanding the important to cooperate with clients that are private clients, B2B, so retailers and companies.
在就是近期我们Salviati集团也加入了一个威尼斯本地的一个更大的集团，在这个集团的帮助下，我们可以从市场方面做更优的选择，但同时也保留了我们的一些传统，也帮我们构建了更好的跟客户沟通合作的一些渠道。
Now we are creating different relationships all over the world to create opportunities for us, but also for our clients. That for us are as a partner, because we try to share our values and to share our history, to create unique pieces, unique opportunities, and unique projects.
我们现在在世界各地都会在有寻找新的合作的关系，以方便我们来设计新的产品，创造新的系列，然后来分享我们的价值观。
Salviati has different categories of products. We have decorative objects, barware in crystal, a tableware with color glasses, and the lighting part with different types of lamps, floor lamps, chandeliers, and table lamps. These pieces are made for our catalogs, but also we developed with our partner for special projects, and for bespoke opportunities.
我们可提供的产品包括了装饰品、杯具、餐具、桌椅等等。我们有就是对外销售的产品目录，我们也可以专门为我们的客户定制他们所需要的特需的产品。
So we are able to produce the pieces that are, I want to underline this aspect, are made by hand, and every piece is unique, and it's very important for us to communicate this. And but we are able to produce in different quantities and in different colors, and with our brand, our sign that want to underline that the pieces are very unique. I underline this word, unique.
Okay. 我们非常想画的一个重点是，我们的所有的产品都是手工制成的，所以就是我们的每一件产品都是独一无二的。
And as regard our opportunities, we want to create a very good connection with our client, with the support for selling, with our marketing department, with our catalog, with contents that can explain our word, the word of class, the word of a unique company, and we want to create a relationship not only for the present but also for the future.
我们想就是跟我们的客户建立一个良好的关系，所以我们的市场部门，然后我们的公司各个部门都会 给我们的客户提供定制的服务，为了就是更长远的合作。
For us, working with Claudio, it's very important to develop the Asian market because we think that there are very important opportunities for our company, but also for the potential clients. Because with us you can find a fair partner that can support you to selling. And as regards the retailers, but also for the project, because inside our company we have a project department that can support you during the different steps of your project, from the first drawings, arriving from the prototypation, if our pieces, or a bespoke project, for example, for the lighting, and then for the shipping, etc.
OK， 我们现在跟 Claudio 的合作正在帮助我们扩展我们的亚洲市场，我们也很注重这次机会，所以我们公司的各个部门会极力的配合我们的客户开展他们每一次的工作，从头到尾都会陪伴着我们的客户进行他们的工作。
As regards the Bespoke Project, with my colleague Alberto, okay, we are able to help you to create unique pieces. We are used to work with a designer. In fact, our pieces that then we can see together inside our showroom. Okay, our pieces are combined there is a combination between our brand and design.
我们的定制服务就是通过我们的艺术总监以及其他的设计师的帮助下，我们可以就是说给我们的客户提供他们所需的定制的产品，所以我们会集合我们自己公司品牌特色的设计和独立设计师的设计，来为我们的客户定制他们所需要的产品。
And now I want to introduce Alberto, the art director of Salviati, that can explain better which are the opportunities we're working with us as regards the project, Bespoke Project, and his point of view about the artistic part of our company.
OK， 接下来我给大家介绍的是我们品牌的艺术总监 Alberto， 他会更好的跟大家展示我们品牌可以提供的各项服务。
Thank you, Stefano, and thank you, Claudio, for the introduction. And so welcome everybody to Salviati World. As Stefano was saying, we have 160 years of tradition in Murano glass. So every piece we produce today is similar to what was produced back in 160 years ago, because the techniques are really similar. What we do is create something more contemporary. That's why our payoff is Salviati Contemporary Murano Glass since 1859.
我们的那个品牌历史已经有160多年了，我们的制作工艺跟160年前其实没有太大的差别，但是我们现在注重的是以我们传承下来的技艺来创造更现代、更符合现代审美的一些产品。
This is why in our production you can see the same techniques that we used in the past. So we would like to respect our tradition and bring this to our contemporary days. So this is why we're using new technologies in terms of kilning and production. But in the same way, we are using the same hand blowing techniques that we used 160 years ago. This can be seen in different pieces that we do. For example, this piece is like a sommerso technique. So one of the most famous techniques in Murano glass, where you see a heavy piece of clear glass submerged by a series of bubbles that is created by a special mold that we used 500 years ago as well. And on top, inside, there is a layer of color glass.
我们可以看到的这个作品是，我们传统技艺和现代的一个结合。我们用的就是沉浸式的一个工艺，外面是透明的玻璃，然后在里面用彩色玻璃吹的一个球状。
And in the same way, this one is a texture that is applied inside the glass, so inside layer. While if you do the same texture on the outside, then you feel it as you touch it. You feel that there is like a sort of texture on the outside, so a sort of whirl. And in this way, you can apply the texture inside or the outside, because glass is important. It has to be touched. It's really important to explain that glass is not fragile. It's a fragile material, of course, but it needs to be touched and used, because it's important that people to feel that what was produced in the kiln by the artisans can be used by people every day of their day.
我们的玻璃制品的，对我们来说很重要的一个感官，除了它的视觉的效果之外，我们也很注重它的触觉。所以无论是单层的玻璃，还是包括内层的玻璃，我们都可以把它做成不同的质感、不同的纹路。
So every shape you see, every texture you see in this showroom is coming from a research and development coming through years. And most of the time we refer the designer that come to us that we select, so we work together with the most famous designers. The inspirational source comes from, they should come to our history. They should learn what our history is. They see how we work, because it's important before we design something, we see the production technique, because glass is a really material special that doesn't follow the rules of drawings, but follow the rules of the glass master. They work in symbiosis with the glass.
我们的现在的产品可以展现出来的不同的质感，是通过我们传承下来的传统工艺和我们匠人们不断的创新、不断的追求得来的。
And this is why also when we work with our clients that want to develop something bespoke, the things that we always recommend to them is either they come to us or we share some videos so they see what are the production techniques that we use. For example, there was one of our clients that started from our database, from our old drawings from the late 900s. And so we developed this special collection of reproduction or like wine glasses that was used in the late 900s to basically to the noble houses in all over Europe. There was a parade glass, so it was in the table of the noble. One person has this glass in her hand, showing that was the most important person in the table.
OK， 我们的就是所有的定制服务，我们都会邀请我们的客户来到我们的展馆，或者我们会跟他分享我们所有的历史上我们所为其他客人定制的产品。像这个系列的红酒杯，就是我们为一位客人定制的，灵感来自于就上个世纪。一些欧洲贵族家庭他们所定制的酒杯的一个系列，然后每个不同的杯子在餐桌上就可以代表不同的客人的身份。
And on top of this is really like important to understand that together with this, we don't just develop shapes and some sort of relationship with the material and the person that use it, but we develop something that reflects with the light. So not just colors and things that can be used at home, but also lighting objects. Lighting objects is really important in the glass world because the reflection and the refraction of glass is something unique that cannot be replicated with any other material. So this is why we work together with our in-house development department. So we have a technical department that develops lighting objects. So we start from drawings, from sketches, and we develop the full lighting systems.
因为玻璃它的特殊质感，它可以就是反射不同的光源，所以我们除了我们的餐具，然后我们的装饰品之外，我们也可以把它做成我们的照明产品，所以我们也会设计相关的定制相关的客户所需的照明的产品。
Then for this reason, one of our main goal is to show to what is possible. So basically everything can be customizable. So you see something from the catalog. So, but from the catalog, we can develop something that can be really customized for your clients, for our clients. For example, what we do, especially, we don't do just a decorative object, bases and tableware, but we develop also something more customizable, something that can be shown in every house and really be displayed. So this is why we have this sort of customizable and composable system. For example, this one is a partition wall that can be also like turned in like in a lighting system. In sense, like somebody can use and create how many pieces you want for his house. Could choose between different colors that can be used from and different techniques they can use. So different textures, different shapes. And since this one is developed for our contract clients, then you can develop something that is really big to something really small.
我们的定制服务可以是从头到尾由客户提出的所需的产品来定制，或者我们可以从我们的产品目录作为出发点来定制不同的产品。我们现在看到的这个产品，它是可以由不同的零件拼接完成，它可以做成不同的颜色、不同的质感。所以我们可以提供给我们客户从头到尾的定制服务。
So this modular system, as we call it, is also a playful system because you can propose by yourself how many pieces you would like to have and how you want to dispose them.
我们的这个产品也是一个很有趣味性的产品，客户可以自己定制他们所需要的数量的配件。也可以自己动手完成拼接。
So not only like replicable systems, so modular systems, but we work with our clients also between like big production, so we can afford to produce many pieces. But the same way we can also replicate small batches or numbers. Especially like when we work with our client, we did a project that we finished last year for the Art Maison. They reproduced the J'adore in limited edition for the special edition. That we worked with them together with their designers, and we produced this special edition of 1,000 bottles that we produced all by hand, and we hand painted and we hand decorated.
我们的定制服务可以提供大量的产量，或者说也可以定制少量的产品。这个是我们去年为那个迪奥的香水系列J'adore定制的一款玻璃瓶香水瓶，这是我们纯手工制作的。
So this is important for underlining what is our possibilities. So not only like something that comes from catalog, of course, but also something we can develop with our clients. Because it's important for us the relationship, not just working wise, but human wise. Because through like interaction with different culture, different possibilities, we can develop something that sometimes cannot be really available from our side. So having something from Asia, especially culture-wise, can be bringing to us something that we cannot like breathe here. So it's really important if you can come to us and understand what is the possibility and what is your like request and goals, especially in terms of how to use glass in your daily life. That's really what we want to underline.
这就是我想给你们展示的，我们可以提供的 不同的可能，无限的可能。我们也希望跟我们的客户能够有一个良好的沟通，也希望能融合不同的文化，跟我们的亚洲文化、东方文化相结合，来一起创造新的系列的产品。
And as part of a tradition, Salviati was born, as Stefano was saying, in 1859. And since those days, the most typical approach of Salviati was to not be stuck with just glass in terms of basis, but creating something that has different approaches. In the sense, we develop mosaics, so we do like covering walls that we don't do anymore internally. But then we did like glassware, and also we developed something that is really unique, because one of our property in the 90s was using crystal glass, so like clear glass, and we introduced crystal glass in our collections. In such a way, we brought clear glass to Murano glass through like something that is not very popular in worldwide. That is the hand cutting technique of Murano glass.
我们的品牌从我们创始以来，都在给我们的客户提供玻璃制品的无限种可能。我们希望用玻璃能创造出更多的不同的产品。从我们上个世纪开始，我们也引领了把水晶玻璃的这些工艺的使用引入到 Murano。
So what we talk about this, so we don't just work in the hot shop, so in the kiln and with the glass master with the hot melt glass, but we work also with the cold workshop. That means, as you can see, for example, from this vase, you see all this surface sort of honeycomb pattern that is created by hand by a cold working master. So we use like a diamond wheel, and so we basically carve the glass to create this pattern, and this pattern is one of them, and then we can create many more.
然后我们的玻璃的制造工艺也有很多的创新，我们也有冷加工的环节，可以帮我们的赋予我们的产品不同的质感，就像我们现在展示的这两个瓶子的质感。
So following this type of technique, what we developed in the last 30 years is a type of glassware that take this technique to a further step. And what we developed is a collection of glassware where you see the same technique of carving are like put on each different glass. And you can see like we have different techniques where we use different grinding wheel to create different pattern.
我们把我们的就是工艺也运用到了所有的杯子杯具里面，我们可以在每个杯子上都刻录上他们独一无二独有的纹路。
Okay, so this collection comes from 9 different types of glassware, and each one has 6 different types of carving, from the dot to small like engraves like this.
这是我们不同系列的杯子，然后我们的每个杯子都使用了不同的纹路。
So as you can see, what we can do is such a wide and broad variety of products and like a different utilization. We think that the approach of Salviati today is respect tradition, of course, and especially to make people aware that Murano glass is not something that you need just to put in a cabinet or use like for special occasion, but something that you use in everyday life. For example, we developed internally this vase. There's a double use, so you can flip it upside down. It becomes a vase where you can put a flower in there, and if you flip upside down, it becomes a centerpiece where you can put fruit or any kind of object you would like to put inside.
我们品牌的宗旨除了传承我们传统的那些工艺之外，我们也想把我们的产品融入到每天的生活里，而不是只是纯的装饰品。像我们现在手中的这个产品，它是可以有一个 双用的功能的，它一面可以当厨具来盛我们的食物，另外一面可以当做一个花瓶来提供一个就是装饰的作用。
And particularly the shape of this glass is coming from studying a typical Venetian coat that is called tabarro. It's a typical coat that is coming from a single piece of cut of fabric, and it's just tightened on the top with like a button. So as this upper color and this shape, there's a single color, so it doesn't have a specific shape that fit your body, but it's a sort of bell that basically fit your body. So that's why you see like this bell and the color on the upper side.
我们这个产品的灵感来自于威尼斯的一种传统的服饰，它可以就是以一个钟罩的一个形状来包裹我们的身体，所以我们的这个产品的形状也是有个弧度来模仿我们的传统的那个服饰。
As you can see, the same type of style can be like declined in different sizes and also different techniques. For example, this is a particular technique that is called pulegoso. That basically is an inclusion of many air bubbles, different from what we saw before. This is a more chaotic inclusion of bubbles that is created through a chemical reaction between glass, sand, and through this chemical reaction create this sort of composition of bubbles.
我们同一系列的产品可以就是定制成不同的尺寸、不同的材质、不同的纹路。像这个材质包含了很多的小小的气泡，然后是通过我们玻璃和沙子的化学反应来得到的。
And this is why this technique is very unique. And when you decline it through like a lamp, you can see what is the effect of the light that comes through. You can see something looks really like vague on the inside, and when you turn the light on, you can see the bubble is popping up through the lighting.
我们的这个工艺是非常独一无二的，所以我们也把它应用在了灯具上面。所以当灯关闭的时候，我们可以看到一种纹路；当灯打开的时候，我们可以更明显的看到我们玻璃里面含有的小气泡。
And this special lamp can be portable, so you can go around your house with a lamp, like some sort of like a lantern. So what else can be done in Murano glass? As you can see here, you have some sort of these sort of dolls that was the inspiration of this lighting object. It was 53 unique lamps that was launched in 2017, and this sort of celebration of Murano glass. Because as you can see in these lamps, there are way many different techniques that we're gonna go through in a little bit.
OK， 我们现在展示的这个系列是一系列的像娃娃形状的灯具，我们有53个不同的形状，然后这个系列的产品也融合了我们 Murano 玻璃的技术，就不同的玻璃制造技术。
So, for example, this one, you can see here, there are different composition of little drawings, and this is called morrina. It's a particular glass that basically, from a section of different rods cut and applied to the glass, you can see like what is the pattern that can create on the surface. Similar to this one in the back, has the same pattern, but with a different background of glass.
我们现在看到的这个工艺叫 Morrina， 然后它是不同的石头切片，然后融入到我们的就是玻璃的制作的过程中，所以会有不同独一无二的花样样式。
Similarly, when you apply a layer of glass that swirl around the shape, then you can create this hypnotic effect on the glass. So when you turn off the lamp, you can see what is the actual color of the glass. While when you turn the light on, you can see how the different colors change through the lighting.
然后我们这个相庆的技术在这盏灯上也得到了就是不一样的展示。我们当把灯关闭的时候，它会展现出它原始的颜色，但是当我们把灯打开的时候，就会看到一个色彩上的明显的变化。
Okay, so in what you see here in this old showroom is part of, as I was saying before, 160 years of tradition. So there are pieces that comes from 2019, like this one. There is a fading red orange color, or something coming from 60 years ago. So this is a piece created by one almost famous art director in the 60s and 70s, 50s and 60s, sorry. It's called Luciano Gaspari, and this actual piece is called Sassi, that means in English stone.
我们的这个展厅展示了我们品牌160年的历史，我们有19年的产品，也有我们拥有了60年历史的一个产品，是由我们最著名的一代艺术总监 De Gasperi 设计的。
Yeah, and as you can see, this piece, you can see the surface is not completely flat, but you can see when you apply the hot color glass, how it comes out from the first surface of clear glass in the bottom. And this is really important for us because, as I was saying before, touching the glass is really important because you feel the texture, you feel the soul of the glass that is part embedded on the people that make the piece.
我们的这个产品的表面可以看出它不是光滑的，它是有凸起的一部分的，所以对我们来说很重要的一点也是，当我们拿到这个产品，我们摸到它的时候，我们可以感受到它不同的触感，可以感受到我们的工艺大师在制造它的时候传播出去的温度。
So as you can see, there are very many different techniques that can be utilized in Murano glass, and it is really important to work together with our glass masters because the soul and the man that works behind each piece needs to be followed, and also he has all the traditional techniques in their hands. But the goal of our design team is to follow them and tell them what is the best chemical color composition and pattern composition that can create something that is unique. So in this way, we can work together with you, with your clients, what is important and for you, and what is the texture and the element that can be something, make something unique. For example, as we're talking about, you can see like the variety of pieces and colors. As you can see, this piece looks like a single color, right? So you see this piece, you see, oh, it's just one color. But in reality, this piece is made of 5 layers of glass. So there is a layer of clear glass on the inside, a layer of amber, a layer of white that is opaque. That's why it's opaque this fast. And then there is another layer of amber, and on the outside, a layer of clear glass. So you have a total of 5 layers.
我们的品牌的那个灵魂还是在于我们的手工的工艺大师，我们通过设计师会告诉他我们需要定制的产品的不同的颜色啊、材质啊等等。像我们现在手中展示的这个产品，它从外观上看的是一个单一的黄色，但其实它是由5层不同的玻璃，然后琥珀构成的。内外2层的透明的玻璃，2层的琥珀，中间1层白色的玻璃。
This is important to align all of these aspects because, as you can see, there is so much work behind each piece. Even this can be a simple shape created in a mold. You can see the work behind because you need to create 5 layers of glass to create this piece.
就算再简单的一件单品，我们后面所付出的技术和努力也是希望可以展示给大家的。像这件很简单的形状和颜色的， 一个产品，它其实是由较为复杂的工艺制作而成的。
And the okay. And the last thing that's really important, how you can recognize a Salviati piece among different other pieces, right, in the world. So what we do is when we ship worldwide, we put like a certificate inside, and then we sign by hand each piece with the name of ourselves and the date where it's coming from. So that's why it becomes something unique that can be no replicate. So because somebody see a piece that is a different signature, then we know that it's not our piece if it's not the same signature. So that's why we worldwide they can recognize if a piece is coming Salviati or is a copy.
OK， 我们的那个产品是有独一无二的一个认证的系统。我们产品在寄出的时候，它会伴随着我们提供的证书。除了证书以外，我们所有产品的底部都会有我们的签名，我们独特、独一无二的签名，以及这个产品的制造的年份。
I think we had a wide overview of what we can do. So I don't know if we can ask if you have any question or any doubt or request.
我们已经给大家就是比较简单的展示了一下，介绍了一下我们展厅内的一些产品。大家如果有什么需求提问的话，也可以告诉我们。
I think we can maybe wait a few minutes that people will formulate their question. Okay. And meanwhile, if you want, we can go around more to see different objects and different pieces.
Okay. 在这期间，大家可以想想有什么问题，我们先继续带大家看一看。Per adesso non c'è nessuno.
For example, this another object of our catalog. This is still from Luciano Gaspari from 1956. It's called Pinnacolo, so like pinnacles. Is again a sommerso technique where you see, in this case, a layer outside of pink and a layer inside of we call peacock green in our catalog.
然后这个也是我们产品目录里存在的一个产品，然后是我们的上一代的艺术总监 Luciano Gaspari 设计的，然后也是2层的玻璃，外面是粉色的透明玻璃，里面是一个蓝色的。
And as you will not feel it, but this piece looks very light, but it's really heavy because all this bottom part is full of, like, is a completely glass. So the inside chamber is really tiny. So this particular technique is really important in the Murano glass, also because you can imagine a glass master holding this 10-kilo piece with a giant like glass cane. So it's really like heavy and hard work from our glass masters.
大家可能感受不到这个产品看上去很轻盈、很透亮，但是它下面部分的这个粉色的玻璃是全实心的。然后在制作的过程中，我们的那个师傅也需要就是抱着一个大概10公斤重的一块玻璃来完成它上半部分的工艺的吹制。所以它的制作过程也是相对来说比较困难的。
Okay.
No. No. Non c'è. No, comunque possono scrivere nella chat. Sì, l'ho detto. Ma
so, and the last thing we'd like to show before landing to talk to Stefano again. This collection of vases is called drops, this one, and this one is called aria, so air. And the particularity of this glass is like so, it's internally handmade, and we use a particular technique. There's a really famous Moran technique, it's called rigadin, so like stripes basically, and these you can feel it in the surface that is basically on the texture reapplied, and the particular of this glass is basically coming from creating this sort of shape that basically comes from a sphere, and then basically tearing up like one side to create this like more like sort of drops effect.
OK， 这个系列的瓶子也是我们的一个特殊工艺制成的，然后也可以看到它的表面并不是光滑的，然后它在制作的过程中会把玻璃的一个头集中在一个很细的缩口里面。Chiedono se è un vaso per fiori, questa collezione è un vaso decorativo.
È un vaso decorativo.
OK， 这个不是花瓶，它只是一个装饰性的瓶子。
But if they want, the sense this our like collection, but then to make something similar in a similar shape, then we can basically open them up a little bit more, so it can fit more flowers and also the wall that can be.
但是我们的这个工艺就是类似形状的瓶子也可以制成花瓶，因为我们可以把这些瓶子的开口可以把它就是做得更大一点，所以也可以当成花瓶来使用。Allora, chiedono anche dei prezzi e dei tempi di...
That's Stefano.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I come back. Thank you very much, Alberto.
有关那个价格和制作周期的问题，接下来有那个 Stefano 来为我们解答。
As regard our prices, we have a price list for all over the world, and then Claudio can share with you or our catalogs and or our price list.
You can refer to the Lionsgate company.
Okay.
And if from China, you know, there is Audrey Olina, you can just check with them. And for the other country, you can also refer to our office. Lionsgate will supply you the material, catalog, and the price list as agreed worldwide discount for each, for all the world.
Okay. 我们有一个就是统一的全世界统一的一个价格的一个目录表，然后中国的国内以及其他亚洲地区的客户，大家都可以就是向我们的 Lionsgate 上海的工作人员询问你们需要的价格表。Tempi di produzione.
Yeah. For the production, it depends on quantities, but the time are standard. And if we have the product in stock, we are able to ship in 15 days. And if we have to produce something, it depends on quantities. And the period, because obviously during the holidays is different, but we are here to understanding the best solution for our clients.
Maybe what we tell them is for the standard collection, normally you have a stock.
Yeah.
So the whole standard collection is in stock, which means, according to the Stefano say, the company is able in less than 2 weeks to ship out. For a special request, that's called by demand of what you need. But as I say, from the catalog, everything is, especially the latest collection, is all available. Sure.
我们的所有就是产品目录里出现的产品都有现货的话，我们在2周之内就可以寄出。但是如果是定制的产品的话，就需要重新计算它的那个生产的周期。
That's another very important aspect that Alberto introduced before is the word of project. now we shared with you our products in catalog, but another opportunities is the Bespoke Project, and especially for project and for architectural project, we are able to help you to develop your projects, talking to the architects, for example. And here inside our big company, we have also a technical part for the lamps, okay, especially lamps or floor lamps, and we can help you in every steps of the project.
OK， 我们的那个定制的服务，也可以就是说跟所有的设计师，然后建筑师一起从头到尾的，陪伴他们的设计的过程。然后特别是灯具类的这些产品，我们可以跟设计师一起参与设计，然后帮助他们定制最适合他们项目的产品。Il catalogo più recente ce l'ha una versione Shanghai, chiedono un catalogo.
Sì, 2019 abbiamo
all available in Shanghai. Beyond them, in Chinese, available are only in Shanghai office by digital and also by solid book.
OK.
So if you request it, they can get from LBF Shanghai.
我们所有的就是最新的那个产品目录，在我们上海的办事处都有一份，就有电子版，也有那个实体的那个纸质版的，所以大家有任何的需求可以跟那个我们上海的同事沟通。
Sorry. And another interesting catalog we have is the contract catalog. Inside it, you can find our proposal about the world of architect. In particular, there you can see different elements, single elements, okay, where you can that you can combine, creating a unique chandeliers. Here you can see this is the contract catalog. So starting, we called in Italy componibile. So starting from the single modules, for example, LS system that Alberto showed you before. Okay, you can create chandelier. Okay, and the dimension depend on your request.
然后我们现在展示的这本是专门给设计师提供的一份产品目录，他们有就是不同的就是单元可以来拼接起来，然后可以就是供设计师拼接设计不同的，特别是吊灯的系列，然后就是可以提供给设计师他独立拼接，然后做出它独一无二的产品的，然后所有的零件部分也都是可以定制的。
Or installation using the LS system. And here you can see different. Okay. For example, with this, last year we produced big quantities of chandeliers with this item.
然后这个系列叫 Tegole， 也是我们去年就是大量生产的，就是卖的很好的一个系列，也可以就是拼接成不同款式的吊灯。
For an hotel in Venice, a 5-star hotel.
去年威尼斯新开的一个就是5星级的酒店就使用了我们这系列的产品。
And here you can see another item called triangoli. And these drawings, we are with our technical department. we are able to create this type of drawings for your project, for your client, and we can help you for the presentation. And we are able to create a 3D drawing, because it's the best solution to understand better which are the opportunities with our company.
像这一个系列的产品，我们也会有，就是提供一些可能拼接成的图形，然后也会建一个3D 的模型，然后通过跟设计师的那个沟通，我们会画出最适合的选择，最合适的产品。
For example, this is the single element to create a chandelier.
这个是我们的一个零件，可以拼接成不同的形状。
And starting from that, we created different chandeliers in the past. For example, here this is 3 lobby, okay, another single element. And to go to bigger elements called cube, okay, we create a chandelier 5 meters tall, and or for example in Parma 20 meters tall, and we are able, for example, this one, okay, so starting from a single element, we can help you to create what you prefer for your project.
就我们从单一的零件配件，我们可以就是拼接成不同尺寸、不同高度、不同形状的吊灯，然后从5米到20米的，我们都有拼接过。
And obviously you can choose also the color of the elements, and we can suggest to you and when we can work together. And for example, here we have a single element in amber color, and here you can see also another technique used called rigadin torse, and with this technique you can obtain a wonderful effect for especially with the light.
然后就所有的部件都可以就是定制成不同的颜色、不同的质感，像我们现在这边这个琥珀色的一个部件，然后它的工艺也使用了一个叫rigadin的一个工艺，然后拼接起来之后，它可以呈现出很好的一个视觉的效果。
Okay. And for example, another representation of our lighting used for project from our collection is this. And here you can see the different combination of different lamps and different colors, and you can customize the project and you can customize the color starting from our drawings. So the very important thing that we want to underline that we are open. We are open to discuss, understanding your ideas and helping you to develop for the project.
然后我们现在这边看到的这个系列的灯具，然后是我们目录里面所有的经典的产品，然后从我们的目录里的产品也可以接受定制，所以大家如果有需要的话，包括我们现在所在的就是穆拉诺的这个工作室，也欢迎大家来参观，欢迎大家交流，我们可以就是更好的跟客户交流，来定制他们所需要的产品。大家还有什么问题吗？
Okay, so we thank you for Salviati team from Stefano
Thank you.
and Alberto. They are with us to explain the Salviati company. I hope you understand. Anyway, our office in Shanghai, they'll be able to help you. We like to also inform you in about 2 hours and a half, so at 1:30 Italian time, which is 7:30 China time, we continue with Salviati the production. We are going to the oven with the
Glass masters.
Sorry, con il glass master, or called maestro, everybody knows. The maestro will show you how to make some kind of pieces they are producing today. We asked them to do a special for us. So it's going to be in the broadcasting, and I think you already have the communication from our office. And for the aficionados and for lovers, boat, luxury. After this, we are moving to Venice, where we have there's the exhibition for Salone Nautico, which is called the boat exhibition, with a speedy boat, a luxury boat, and beautiful things to see. And we broadcasting until midnight this kind of events. So thank you very much, and we will continue tomorrow. We continue on Monday from Milano with our next brand. Thank you very much. Thank you, Stefano, Alberto. Ciao.
OK， 谢谢大家，然后也谢谢我们Salviati的团队。我们下午大概当地时间1点半，然后北京时间7点半的话，我们在我们 Lionsgate 的那个微信视频号会给大家带来一个直播，然后会带大家参观那个Salviati那个他们的工艺大师制作玻璃艺品的过程。然后之后我们也会去到姆拉诺小岛，然后威尼斯室内带大家参观我们一个的那个船舶博物馆的一个展览，所以大家有兴趣的话，可以等一下7点半的时候来看我们的直播。谢谢大家，拜拜。
Grazie, invece di vedere i device,